Hey guys, welcome to episode number 52 here on the Jason Saunders channel. And we got some pickups. It's pickup time once again. We got some amazing, spectacular pickups for everybody, for you guys to enjoy. All right? You viewers of YouTube will enjoy this. You will be satisfied. Satisfaction guaranteed in this video. Yes. Yes, you will. Oh, yes. All right, guys. We've got, starting off, an amazing title. Prepare yourself, not for combat. It is Mortal Kombat here. It is video games. All right? Now we've got Turtles, TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There it is. All right? Yes, it's an amazing time. This is an important title to video games, and especially for current video games. But this is an important turtle game because it goes back to its roots, its fighting game roots. And there's been a lot of attempts on older generations to kind of bring back the arcade brawler goodness, but it didn't really work. You know, there was games for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, all that stuff. And they were kind of fun for a little bit, but you're kind of like, well, you're playing, and as you're playing, you're like, well, it isn't like the old arcade TMNT back in the day, and back in 1989 when they released that. It isn't like that, or it isn't like the TMNT 2, or the arcade game for the NES, or stuff like that. But when you play this, it does, and it does a fabulous job with bringing back that arcade feeling, and playing this, I feel like a kid again. It's amazing. They've got the old original voice actors for the TMNT back with the cartoon. All right, so you got the Michelangelo party dude. All right, so all the voice actors are in there, and it's an amazing time. And Cowboy Bebop. Bebop and Rocksteady are back in this, and and they have a major role in this, and very much so, and it's very much deserving of this because they played an important role in the original cartoon. They were awesome enemies. All right, they were like the sidekick, crazy comedy relief bad guys. You know. I always had a great time. You know, when they were on the screen, you were going to have a good time. And especially the Turtles. I mean, you have to have the Turtles in there as well. But amazing game. This game is over 2 hours playing it. And for a brawler, that's really good. That's a nice play length. And they've got a story mode as well. You can play as Splinter. You can play as April O'Neil, which is cool. And you can play all the other Turtles that you know and love. And it's kind of funny. There's some good stuff. When you get to an enemy, there's like banter. You know, they're saying stuff, and you know, they're saying all the crazy one-liners and all that stuff from this cartoon, and it's just so many fabulous nods to the original cartoon that you'll have a smile on your face, especially if you were a fan of the old TMNT cartoons in the late '80s and early '90s. A fabulous time, a very important title, and I'm glad that it's been made. You know, it was always something that we'd talk about at school and stuff. Oh, wouldn't it be neat if they had a new, Turtles game and all this stuff? And it'd always be in my mind. I wonder if they'll ever make something like that. Well, here it is, and we have Streets of Rage 4, which is another amazing title. I think even this one's better than that one, actually. Really great graphics, great 2D sprites. The levels are fantastic. And there's a lot of the cowboy... What am I saying? A lot of the Turtles enemies from this. So there's a good variety of enemies and stuff. And it's a good time. So there we go. Awesome title right off the bat here. We've got... Double Dragon for the NES. I didn't have this one, so I was really happy to find this, and for a good price as well. Really good brawler. It gets difficult near the end because it all of a sudden it becomes sort of a platformer, and that's when you get into those cave levels, and you have to do some jumping around on these platforms, and then there's like a Bobos, and you guys are probably like, if you don't know Double Dragon, you'll have a question mark on your face. What the heck is an Abobo? Well, Abobos are these big, huge, bald dudes, muscular guys, that pretty much destroy you in Double Dragon. Any sort of Double Dragon game. Watch out. When Abobo's coming around, you gotta watch out for those guys, because they'll mess you up pretty good, especially you got two of them, and you're just one dude, and they do a sandwich on you, and it's not a good sandwich. It's a pummeling sandwich, and it's a bruiser of a sandwich because they destroy you. But yeah, there's some challenging parts. I've never beaten it without cheats. Okay, thank goodness Game Genie. There's some cheats that you can actually beat this sucker because it's hard. But I've come close. Maybe one of these days, maybe that'll be on one of my bucket list things. Beat Double Dragon without cheats. I've come so close. It's a difficult game, but it's fun. The music is awesome. There's amazing guitar riffs and solos, and they're just, you know what I mean? It's that first level especially is amazing. Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. I love that cover. It's amazing cover art there. And an amazing game. Yeah, I got this one for $16. It's definitely worth the price. I have one, but I have an earlier version of this, but it's the label's kind of broken a bit, and there's some stuff when you shake it around. There's the little pieces in there, so I think there's the little pins in the inside of the cart are loose. So this one's in really good condition. So I've got 1 and 2. I got 3. I got the whole trilogy on NES. That's a good time. And then we've got Bo Jackson's Baseball. I mean, I love baseball games on the NES. This one's $5. You can't go wrong with it. It has nice graphics and nice music to boot with it. And it's a good time. We've got the phone ringing, and it's... that was weird. Okay. Couple of beeps. And we got Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. This is still in the wrap. I haven't watched this yet, but I mean, when you talk about Leon and Jill, I mean, Resident Evil comes to mind. Anybody that talks about Resident Evil, it's about these two guys. They were the originals, you know? Yeah. And Leon has amazing hair. Yes, he does. He always does. He always wears and uses the best products in his hair. Yes, his hair is bulletproof. And it's super shiny, and it looks super good on especially the remake of Resident Evil 4. That looks amazing. Capcom is on fire with these remakes, and they do it right. They don't try to completely reinvent something and make it weird, like let's do Resident Evil 4, The Village, or whatever, but it's going to be in space, and there's going to be aliens, and no, they don't do that. They're like, okay, what made Resident Evil 4 great? Let's make it better. So there's cool counter moves that Leon does with the crazy people in Resident Evil 4. And then the graphics are what to be expected. It's not some simple, you know, we're going to put some pretty textures on some stuff and call it the end of the day and then release it. No, these guys completely rebuilt the whole freaking game. And did the models. Everything's all new. But what you expect from the new generations of games. So you've got the fancy smancy graphics going on, but it looks fabulous. And then they also dropped some Silent Hill stuff. So they're redoing Silent Hill 2, and a lot of people are like, that's their top game. And yeah, for a lot of the reasons. I mean, you got Pyramid Head, right? He's the enemy on Silent Hill, you know, when a lot of people talk about Silent Hill, it's Pyramid Head. Yes, with that big sword that he stole from Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. No, I'm just joking. No, I think that sword's even bigger. The Pyramid Head one is bigger than Cloud sword, I think. Yeah. Now we're comparing sword sizes. It gets weird. Yeah, this video gets strange. Yeah, this is, I'm excited to see this. And I've seen a couple of the other movies as well, and I've enjoyed them. Yeah, they're really cool movies. And then we've got Halloween Kills. a really cool cover. I love that cover. They've done this. They usually do this yearly now. They have these cool orange looking covers. They have that for Freddy Krueger and a lot of horror films. These were all released at Walmart, and I haven't seen this one. I'm excited to see it. I've seen little snippets on the internet, little tidbits, and it looks pretty brutal. It looks pretty scary. I've seen the 2018 one, and I've got that one. Looks amazing. And yeah, I'm excited. And Halloween ends. I hear a lot of people are upset about the ending, and I've seen bits and tidbits on the internet as well, so I kind of know how it ends. But yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see all those, and yeah, I don't know if Halloween's ever going to end. It's going to keep going, I think. Some director will do a remake, I'm sure, or maybe there'll be another Michael Myers dude that's like, hey, Michael Myers is dead. I'm going to be the next Michael Myers person. I don't know who, there's always that sort of thing, right? So, yeah. Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. I like this one a lot. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies. And it doesn't have Van Diesel. Well, he's kind of in it for a second. He shows up at the end. He's like, hey, guys, hey, I'm here, I'm here to collect my paycheck, to say I was in the movie. Yeah, to make it Fast and Furious, because I need to show my face. Yeah, but it's a good one. I like the drifting. I like the crazy cars. There's this crazy race at the end that I love. It's like one of the better racers in the whole Fast and Furious franchise, I think. They're racing on this crazy, dangerous cliff, and it's tense. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, definitely check this one out if you haven't checked it out. It's a good time. And speaking of good times, we have Street Fighter the movie, which they also did Street Fighter the movie, the video game, which I have. It's cool to play as Jean-Claude Van Damme. You can play the digitized version of him in the PlayStation 1 game, which is cool. I guess he was signed to do a Mortal Kombat game, but something happened that he couldn't get to it, and so he's like, dang, man, I want to do a Mortal Kombat sort of game. So they went and did Street Fighter, and it's a great game. It's really faithful to the Street Fighter 2, the arcade game. It's more of like Street Fighter Alpha, more than anything, which is great because there's more moves and stuff like that. And there's, yeah, it's a really cool game, and this is a really cool movie. Check it out. It's a cheesy good time. And then we got Starship Troopers. Again, I like this one a lot. Came out in the late 90s. Crazy science fiction movie with crazy insects that eat people, and they're taking over the world. And yeah, sounds good, right? Yeah, actually it is. And they made a couple of these. I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second or third or fourth or however many they made. But I'll get around to it at some point. It's not like up there on my to-do list or anything, but yeah, I must watch Starship Troopers 20, it's no. But yeah, good time, guys. And those are all of the pickups for today or whatever. Yes. All right, guys. Talk to you later.